They say great art is difficult to understand, but easy to enjoy.
Hey, Beavis. It's hard, but it's not like hard.
Yeah.
Evening. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever, whatever, however you all are. Welcome to Clobby's Comic Shop, issue number 55. And I see some faces already here in our chat. How's it going, dudes? I think that ladies, that's weird to say that, but I guess here we are. Let's see. Let's acknowledge those faces. Vince Womack. How's it going, Vince? Okay, Ravenwolf. Cool. Welcome. D-Bud. How's it going, Penny? Kendon B celebrates being a member for 22 months. Dude, that's huge, man. You've been a member for 22 months supporting this channel. That is crazy. I appreciate that, Kendon. You're the man, dude. You know that? You, sir, the man. It ain't even close. Seriously, thank you, Kendon B. You're the man. And let's see here. Hey, what's going on, Betty? How you doing? All right. I've got my glass. So, yeah, we're going to do a little bit of a shorter stream for a few reasons. One, I'm going to go be dad because dad. A. B, the news is a bit slower. So, if you guys got anything you want to send our way to talk about, we'll do that. And C, I'm going to watch SummerSlam with my kids and have pizza because that's what they want to do. So, why the hell not? What's up, Lord Thoth? How you doing? And we got Jed coming on to the front. How's it going, Jed? He's got nothing. Well, he'll get something.
Oh, I got it. Sorry, I mute myself when I go.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. Sorry about that. How are you doing today, Nick?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, so excited to see what's gonna go on at SummerSlam and a few other things today. So
yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I already told my children my predictions, and I was already wrong on one of them. So that didn't take long to be wrong on one of them.
Wait, so. I haven't looked yet because I was late doing things today with me and Kay. So I'm thinking that I don't know if they're gonna do Cody today or are they gonna do him tomorrow. Okay. So yeah. But speaking of that, yeah. So
good to see you, man.
Oh, it's good to see you too. And hey out to the chat, everybody. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you coming over here with me and Nick today. I know you guys, this time is, on the weekends, it's very little because you have family matters and other stuff to do. So we appreciate you guys coming over and hanging out with us for an hour or so.
Yes. So I had mentioned, I don't know if you caught it right as I got here. It's been a very, very slow comical news week. Like, it has been so slow. It's almost kind of sickening. What's up, Gilly Chow?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, there really isn't much going on. Like, I was straight up, like, really looking. I'm like, this is like, and usually I always find at least, like, that one thing. But this is a very exceptional week in terms of like the slowness. It's just like, yeah, I could talk about the Fantastic Four, which is what everyone else is doing, but there's nothing I can add to it that hasn't already been said. Yes.
Yeah,
who cares? I don't care. If you liked it, great, but I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, I think we all got it out last week, so. And there's really that much more to say about Fantastic Four. Now, with Superman, I could go on a little bit more, but yeah, and I did see something last night where somebody said that people are stopping comics and going back to Pokemon. So that was just an article I saw somewhere else.
Whoa!
Pablo! Bro!
Here. And he's on camera. This is
Wow.
a reality.
Dude, I did a modification so I can have my camera on the desk. It's literally a couple of legs from a tripod just
Mhm.
drill into my desk so I can do this.
I love it. I love it.
Bro,
Oh,
that's awesome.
we got incoming faces. Jonathan Conroy, Steve Mitchum, Andy Masterson. What's up, dudes? Pablo, it's so good to not only see you again because you've been gone for a few weeks, but on camera. That was just like a even bigger surprise. Actually, did a double take. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
I
Dude.
haven't seen him on camera in a while.
I needed to do a proof of life because, God damn it, it's good to be back. It has been a while. It was the surgery, absolutely perfect, right?
Good.
That's good.
I know you were giving us loose updates about it, but it's good now finally hear some finality to it.
It was a laparoscopic surgery. They considered doing a bigger surgery because I had multiple 4 centimeter stones on my gallbladder with a bunch of small stones. So every time I moved, I will get those small stones prickling and cutting inside of me. And that was generating a bunch of infections, a bunch of shit. So toxins were getting into my liver. At the end, it was literally fucking up my heart. So I got in danger because of the most stupid thing possible. That I had stones on my gallbladder because I was speed running to the grave by eating shit, by eating terrible food. But it was what I was able to afford. So gallbladder stones are made of cholesterol. For that amount of cholesterol, you will think that, yeah, I was not smart on that side. But surgery went perfect, everything was perfect, and suddenly I get part of my belly purple and stiff, and I'm like, my belly looks like a Thanos hard dick. I have no idea what's going on. Stitch on the muscle got loose, and there was a bunch of blood between the fatty tissue and the muscle. That was it, right? So I'm taking care. I'm trying to recover from that. My dogs get into a fight. Peter Parker gets into a fight with a husky.
Of course,
They are
naturally.
drawing blood, right? It's a real fight. It's a real fight. And my husky has stupid big fangs. So he's actually making a lot of harm. I have to separate them. Then I have to put them under the water faucet just to clean them, remove all the blood and everything. Another stitch.
Damn.
So it was perfect.
Damn.
Up to the second week.
That's almost like wow.
There was nothing to do. I had to stop them because, well, God damn it, dogs
Apologies.
are.
As my children.
Dude,
Go ahead.
that's
Go ahead.
heavenly
Yeah.
sounds. Kids on the house, that's great. That's the sound you want to hear.
Oh yeah,
That's-
they're going nuts. I know. They're watching SummerSlam, so that's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
they're
but,
watching. They tend to lose their minds like very
Dude.
You mean-
passionately.
You mean kind of like we did when we were younger and when we saw Hogan and all the other stuff? This
Oh,
goes
yeah.
Hogan, Stone Cold. Yeah. Yeah.
I tried on. I was young. I will be like 9 years old when there was the cage fight between Mick Foley and Triple
Taker?
H.
That
that was a
one
good
with him
one.
and Triple H. See, those two did a lot of that. There was that one, then there was a street fight between Triple H and Cactus Jack as well. When Foley was Cactus Jack,
Yes,
like seriously, they had several wild.
I tried
encounters.
to imitate them so that
No,
don't try this at
you
home.
don't do that,
Dude, I fucked up my arm.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
It was great. Not recommended.
And he
It
says
was
it was great. You hear this guy? It was great. Oh
I was
man.
I was not a smart children. I'm still not smart. What the hell I'm saying?
Oh, you're killing me, Pablo. You're killing me, but I love it. I love it. Oh man. Oh, what's up, Deepo? How you doing, buddy? Lester Skeptic Take Obsessions, who I had on the member stream a few nights ago. Just order a copy of All-Star Superman. My man. Good. Please DM me. I want to hear what your thoughts are on it, dude. I want to hear your thoughts. What's up, Subhuman 84 says, let's talk
Wait,
comics.
the new one?
Considering it's a slow news night, throw anything else to talk about, Subhuman. Seriously, like this is a Burger King, have it your way, whatever you want to talk about, because it is the slowest news week of all news week, and tonight we got a short show. So I want you guys to be engaged with the show. And what are your favorite Hulk Hogan moments in wrestling? Okay, I'll do this one really quickly. And if the guys got one, they can add to it too. And yes, Deep, I agree. More people in Rumble chat would always be delightful. But my favorite Hogan moment, oh God, the promo with him and Macho Man were like when they announced that they had their partnership, that promo that they did, as far as promos go. As far as my favorite match, I'm gonna go with Hogan and Warrior 1990 at WrestleMania 6, because that was like, granted Hogan didn't win, it was the Ultimate Warrior who won. But that was absolutely awesome. That blew my mind as a kid. And that was when I knew, like, I went into that match loving Hogan, but I knew I wanted to grow up to be the Ultimate Warrior, because to me, I thought, wow, that guy's got to be really fun to party with. He just runs everywhere, shakes things everywhere. Can you imagine? Like, he probably doesn't get drunk the same way Thor does, or doesn't. Sorry, Thor doesn't, because the Ultimate Warrior is just so full of energy. But yeah, having title for title at the Toronto Skydome, which I'm sure Lord Thoughts very well knows about, given he's a Canadian. And Lord Thoughts is Thunder Lips. Body Slam Andre is a good one. Obviously, him and The Rock was great. Jed or Pablo, do you got a Hogan moment you want to add?
One of them.
I just put it on the chat.
Oh, sure.
I don't know if we can show it.
Hogan McMahon street fight. Oh, dude, I remember that.
No, that
Hogan
one
and
is
McMahon.
awesome.
That was WrestleMania 19, I think.
Yeah.
Hogan and McMahon. I remember that. Oh man,
dude, that's a clip that they used to put on Raw when they show what happened before with Hogan. Remember, I think it was, I don't know if Triple H already had married McMahon's daughter. You remember all that?
Early to mid 2000s,
and they bring back Hulk Hogan, and they show all the clips from back then, from when Hogan was on the WWF, and I was like, oh shit, that really happened? That's the guy that runs the company.
Well,
he was at the White House a few days ago, Triple H.
Yeah, he was.
I saw him for that presidential fitness thing. I was like, what a timeline we live in. I see Trump, Vance, Kennedy, and Triple H.
I'm okay with
wild
this
timeline.
I'm okay with this timeline, because we got Triple H, we got Trump, and then we got Vince in the background over there. I'm okay with that.
The greatest timeline ever.
Warrior was one of the few wrestlers I needed subtitles for. Go back and listen even with the subtitles, because he seriously went on rambling for like 5 to 10 minutes, and I did not understand one thing he was saying. But the beauty of what he was saying, he made you believe it, even though none of it was coherent and none of it made any sense. Because you would talk about summoning temples from the ninth world. And the engines revving, and I was just like, "What?" Like,
dude,
the trees will come alive. I was like, "This sounds like the greatest acid trip I never took."
You know how some people find Jesus?
Yeah,
he found drugs. He straight up found drugs.
I thought Macho Man was doing that sometimes. He's
God!
Oh yeah, brother.
Dude.
Let me tell you something here.
His best thing was the little coffee creamer of the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
That was the best Macho Man promo. I am the cream. Oh yeah. The cream of the crop. Oh yeah. So what's up, Stephen MKLL? And then Subhuman says Hogan's heel turn is still the most shock. Yeah, dude, you ain't gonna top that one. That was great. And yeah, People's favorite was NWO Hogan against Rocky. I actually just rewatched that a few days ago. Just like wow, I can't believe that was already 23 years ago. That's wild to think. Because I remember when that was brand new. That was like, whoa, my childhood versus my teenage years, like going at it. That was like Worlds Collide type of moment seeing that one happen. Man, it's crazy, man. It's
Dude,
crazy.
I
saw a clip of Hogan on Walker, Texas Ranger. And guess who was the villain on the episode? Sting without his makeup. And Chuck Norris fought Sting. Chuck Norris wore action jeans in it too, by the way.
Dude, out of late, I have been feeling kind of old about wrestling because I see a clip of Rikishi Fatu, how he is now, and I'm like, he was the new guy when I stopped watching.
Wow.
How do you think I feel, Pablo?
Wow.
Me and Nick are older, so like.
Dude, I am just 37.
Yeah.
You and I are both 37.
Yep.
I hit 38 next month.
What,
Nice.
Nick? I thought you were older than me. Damn, that makes me the oldest one here. Fuck. Damn.
You know, back in my day.
Oh, I didn't see that. Thunder.
Yeah, he did.
Later.
Vince is right about that one. Yeah.
But seeing Chuck Norris roundhouse kick Sting was hilarious. I knew Sting because I know Sting's eyes. Just type in Hogan, Sting, Walker, Texas Ranger. Everyone, like, put on your watch later tabs and bask and laugh at the fact that this was a thing. Chuck Norris.
How much of a fan are you from the previous Doom movie? The one with Sting on a tongue.
Doom or Dune? D-U-N-E.
Dune.
The
Dune.
Villeneuve thing?
Yeah, Sting.
Oh,
on a
I didn't
tongue.
see. I wasn't wild about that first movie. I thought it was like fine at best,
Oh,
and I
let me
never
share-
watched the second one.
Okay, let me share just for a second.
And here I thought Andy was only a few years older than me, not 20 though. But
No,
that
Andy's
means-
around my age.
That means Andy's just aging amazingly. That's all that means.
You missed this.
Oh, that sting,
Dude, you didn't miss that. I know. No. I remember that too well.
This
wow.
is, dude, that movie is wild.
I still like that better than the other dude that came out though. So
Yeah, I know,
Even
Ron
though-
Sting, but dude, you were talking about Sting being in something, and I was like, Sting in a tongue. That's all.
I
It's
do
like,
something for you, Nick, in a minute. So
dude, it's like when you are talking about something and somebody says anything that reminds you of Zardos, and you are like, no, you are going to see somebody.
He
on
was
a
doing
tongue.
that deliberately, Vince. I'm sure that was deliberate. Pablo knows better. That was absolutely deliberate. Right, Pablo?
yeah.
Let me just.
Hold on. No. You were serious?
No. I'm going to show something
okay.
else.
Well, you get that out. I'm getting now Deepo 101's $1
I don't
Rumble
know if
rant.
I will get anything up after showing this. If you get something up after showing this,
Whoa!
bro. Why you got to go there for?
Oh, he's going there. He's got to go all
Like,
the way now.
I respect, dude.
Having problems keeping it up.
Oh my God, the cock.
Thank you, Mr. Bond.
Like, I don't know if it's gay unless you like make eye contact. Why?
You know what the funny thing is about this, Nick? My grandparents knew Sean Connery. Okay, and then they
No
introduced
shit.
me to him when I was a kid. Yeah.
All right, before you
So
go on, I gotta acknowledge Deeple's Rumble rant. So
okay, go ahead.
some ideas for next week's wrestling show. Yeah, right. Wrestling show, right? I said you guys decide what we talk about. You guys brought up wrestling, so I'm just leaning into it.
And I have Sutton.
Hold on. I gotta finish.
Okay.
Some ideas for next week's wrestling show. Write your dream PPV card. What was the best feud that never happened? Best wrestling commercial. Worst wrestling moment. Oh, I could easily nail that one. Sting and Hogan, Starrcade 97. Best WWF, WCW, TNA, PPV. Yeah, I will definitely get that going. That's a damn good idea, D Bull. Thank you for the Rumble rant. That is something I will do if the guys want to get in on that. That is fine. What's up, Telhome 29? Shalom and good to see you all, sir. All right, where's that thing, Pablo?
I still need to ask, were you referring to this version of All-Star Superman?
Yeah, for our buddy
deluxe one?
Lester in the chat who picked it
dude,
up.
I
Yeah.
love All-Star
What's
Superman.
up, Fun with Collecting?
Dude.
How you doing, dude? No, this is an outstanding story. And I know he was on, we did a member stream Wednesday night. And I was, he was asked about things to check out, especially since, the new Superman movie. And I'm like, dude, either get into this one or For All Seasons, because that's probably the most obvious stories that the new movie was influenced by. So if you're going to do anything, make it one or both of those. And our man here, he got one of them. So that I'm just glad that he sought it out. I'm happy. I can't wait to hear what his thoughts are, because there's some.
I have opinions on that movie. I have a lot of opinions on that movie.
I'm sure you do. I have some, but I still really enjoyed it, even though I have some opinions.
There's things to kinda enjoy, but then Jor-El is basically tracks from Invincible. His plan is literally tracks plan after the Viltrumite War. Everything that they were doing with Supergirl is like,
I agree on those things. I actually do agree on those things. Did they deter my enjoyment enough? Almost. But did I enjoy it so much more by it that I made up for those things? Yes, but I don't disagree with those criticisms.
The best part was Crypto. I will be honest. The best part of the movie was Crypto because, well,
Crypto was great. I agree. Go on.
Not the right kind of dog, but was still enjoyable. Was something that you will think if Donner had the technology when he did his movies, he would have added some of that because he had the campiness, right? But then everything that happens, you can see that there was a plot about Brainiac that they dropped. You can see that there's a lot of shit that they dropped, and they didn't understand the assignment. They underpowered too much Superman. Donner did it right. Donner knew that Superman needs to be almost invincible, but then the enemy needs to be smart enough to take advantage of the good nature of Superman to deal the blow, to harm him in some way. And what does happen on the Donner movie, on the first Donner movie? Not well, in the second one, the fight with Sot and everything is really good, but the ending is just he throwing a tarp above them, and that's it. That's kind of stupid. I will agree that's kind of stupid. But in the original movie, Lex Luthor is sitting over a container that is made of lead, and he tricks Superman into opening it. And what's there? Kryptonite.
Yep, I remember that.
That is how you deal with Superman being too powerful. A human can defeat Superman because Superman is too good-natured to understand that some people are just that evil.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I absolutely strongly agree with that statement.
They had a good Superman. I will admit, this guy is good enough to do the I'm a good guy impersonation, right?
Yeah, I buy it. I absolutely do.
He's not rip, but he's good.
No,
I will admit.
I like that he's very obviously, and I guess you could thank the writing, but a lot of it is very comic, a lot more comic influence than ever. And I feel like that definitely was awesome that we had that because there's definitely a lot of goofy elements. The one of the few criticisms I strongly disagree with was the monkeys. I absolutely love the monkeys. Now, here's the thing. I've already doubled down. I've already tripled down. I'm gonna quadruple down now on it. If it were up to me, those would not have been monkeys. They would have been hippos.
Oh, I agree with that.
You know why? Because
Yeah, I can see that.
I was being shamelessly comic booky because when people start saying, "Oh, well, it should just be AI," or so, I was like, "That's the problem. You're thinking way too rooted in reality. You're not letting yourself have an imagination of the craziest going."
Yeah.
So that was
But
my
that's the thing.
report.
They had a lot of comic book ish feeling, but they don't nail the comic book basics. Some of the things that they
Some of
nailed,
them I think they do.
man,
There's
pack
some they
them,
don't though.
they were great. I
Yeah,
know
even
there's
though
some
they didn't
people
look the part, they didn't look the part, but the way they acted
they
and
acted
talked
exactly. They were the kind of people that you can see trying to teach good old-fashioned Christian values to a kid, even though
Uh-huh.
it's not their kid, and treating that kid as basically as it was their own, right?
Yeah,
You
I
can
was in.
feel, you can
Go
feel
ahead.
that, you can feel that sensation of, yeah, they are a family. They are a family that is strong, that is pure, that embodies that old school values.
Yeah, it was nice to see the at least those parents being treated very very respectfully, and also them giving it to Clark. So if, I was actually shocked that that was because I think maybe that was done as a contrast to obviously the depiction of Jorel and Lara to have, hey, look at here's the Earth, super farm family parents, and these are the greatest parents. And they really did feel like
Yeah,
that. They really did feel like so. I'll at least say, at least for that part, they at least got that right. So, not that I'm still going to justify Jorel, but if I'm going to have it one way, I'm going to obviously choose Ma and Pa Kent because, well, obviously Jorel and Lara brought him into the world. It was Jonathan and Martha that raised him. So I feel like
that's the
if
part. That's the part that I'm even saltier about. Well, one is they had Cara Sorrell. That's
yes,
the Supergirl that they have. So this should be a more pure, more girlish kind of Supergirl, right?
uh-huh,
Because it's the old school Supergirl.
uh-huh.
It's not the post recon and continuity change, and not even the new 52 crap that, let's be honest, I hate it. But is the original Cara Sorrell. So it should be more pure. That was the
I
kind of
hope
character.
so because I did not like her in the movie.
I
I really
dislike
didn't
her
like
a lot.
her. I was not a fan like at all at all. So
Yeah.
the thing is, at least with that one, I could skip it because I don't have any care to say it. Even though I like Supergirl and I don't like they already said because she's supposed to be notable for knowing what Krypton was like and being older. In this universe, they've made her younger, and it's been said she will be younger. I'm not happy about that. So it's just like, okay, well, whatever. I could skip that one.
Yeah.
So, and that's easy for me. I'm going to acknowledge Christian's comment
Mhm.
here. He's been a member for almost 2 years at 23 months. He says, huge 69 Slayer. And we got some great Superman comments here. What's up, Lombardi? 1969. Stephen M. Kell gave Superman a 5. He said he liked that Superman actually saved people, unlike Man of Steel. But hey, the portrayal of Jor-El and Lara, hey, valid. And Ted Hillum says he's been reading some burned Superman. Never was Jor-El and Lara why super. Yeah, that's true. So James got back. Yeah, he bastardized the Kryptonian parents to
Yeah.
be specific.
When
And
Superman
kids,
gets to Earth, this is the thing. When Superman gets to Earth, he's not a small baby. He's
uh-huh,
already a small kid, right?
uh-huh,
And it's
uh-huh.
Yeah.
because he was on space all the time. Actually, there's some time dilation that they explain later. I think it's in the 90s. So there's even more time. It's not just a few years. It's actually like a decade that Superman is traveling through space, right? During that time, uh, um, Jor-El has a lot of information coming to Superman, to Clark, right? And part of that information is about how Earth works and everything. They have that on the Donner movie, right? Where he's explaining, but actually, there's a lot more information. He becomes basically a genius because he gets all physics, all chemistry, all psychology into his mind during the trip. And part of that is also teaching him basics of morality, not Christian morality, but basics of morality in general. So you
Uh-huh.
get things about the value of life, about the value of freedom, how the real downfall of Krypton was one, that the politicians were too stubborn to understand reality, and second, they were too tyrannical to understand that some people might disagree with the stupid views that they have. That the
Uh-huh.
planet is collapsing. They were saying, "No, the planet is fine." Guess what? Planet went kaboom. Who
Yeah.
will right? Right?
Uh-huh.
I
They don't do that. Instead, yeah, basically Kryptonians are Viltrumites, and that rubs me the wrong way because part of Superman's morality is also from his Kryptonian parents.
Yeah, oh, of course. I mean, without his powers being Kryptonian, he would definitely would have the super in the man.
No, but also
Right?
the morality. He gets a lot of information about morality, about freedom
Oh yeah,
from
no, it's true.
Jor-El. They don't do that. Instead, Jor-El is a dick.
Yeah.
I have a
It was a weird idea on that. I still don't get it. It's and I have learned too that's definitely a comic book fan complaint, which to me doesn't make any less valid. It seems a lot of normies have gravitated towards this movie, and I want to make that connected to Deeple's comment. I have seen kids gravitate towards Superman. I have seen kids, younger kids, actually wearing Superman shirts for the first time in 15, 20 years. Also, normies at my work are actually going to see this movie and not Fantastic Four.
yup.
And they are liking this movie. They are liking this movie. Um, like one worker said, "Hey, did you see this? Did you like it? I want to take my girlfriend to see a movie tonight. I was thinking about Superman or Fantastic Four." I said, "Well, if you're gonna see any of them, make it be Superman." And he said him and his girlfriend loved it. And he said his girlfriend was going gaga over crypto. All I'm trying to say is they have a lot of the elements there nailed for the normie audience for this movie. And so it's definitely going to be very, I guess you could say, somewhat divisive amongst comic fans. And then it seems like for the normie audience, it's got legs. If you look at the American numbers, it has been holding down in America.
Yeah.
It has been holding down. So yeah, it's definitely a very fascinating release because of that. The fact that there's all this discourse, I guess you could say, in our corners, the comic book corners, but then to the normie audience, they're just seeing it as, I don't know, a Superman movie. So it really is interesting to see that how that happened. And just like, wow. Yeah. Little do these normies know there's a whole discussion about this and they don't understand any of it. Yeah, here we are just like,
There,
yeah, but this and that.
there's a
Nick,
point that I have heard a couple
Go
of
ahead, Dick.
times that I kind of disagree. But
Okay.
yeah, go
okay, yeah,
first.
Go
I have
ahead,
a
Joe.
theory.
Go
I
ahead,
have a
Ted.
theory, and I've been saying this for a while. And some people think I'm stupid, but I'm like, if you go back and watch and do the stuff, especially the stuff at the end, I think Brainiac had something to do with that message. I think he screwed it up, and
He was
I
part of the
yeah,
original
and
script.
Brainiac did, and this is what a lot of people didn't understand. Brainiac was in the movie. You just didn't see him. He was
They
a part of
removed
that
Brainiac.
movie.
He was the original main villain.
Yeah,
I
and he was the one that changed the message on him on Clark to make it look like that.
I
And
have
then
heard
Lex
that.
saw that, and
Mm,
then Lex saw that and put it out there. So we
I
may have that back in the days where Lex and Brainiac used to work together. Remember? So we
I'm
may
not
have
gonna.
that.
Here's why I'm not gonna lean into that, because I initially would until I saw James Gunn on, like, I think
Yeah,
I
he
saw a
defended
Threads
his
post
position.
that went over to Instagram
Hmm.
saying that he did deliberately change this about
Yeah.
Jarrell and Lara.
But
So
he's
I don't
fibbed
see him
before.
backing. Oh, yeah, he has,
He's
but
he's he's done
this
things
seems
to.
a
Yeah.
this seems a bit more definitive. And if you keep track of a lot of things that he said, even leading up to the release of the movie, I mean, for all the problems I have with James Gunn, he didn't really lie about anything. If you look at, like, questions people were asking him leading up to the
Yeah.
movie and his responses, he wasn't really lying about anything.
Well,
And I
not
don't see
lying,
why he would.
misleading a little bit.
Yeah, not,
Misleading.
but he didn't even
Yeah.
mislead anyone. He didn't do even that. He really did not. There's things where if there was something there and it may have given away the movie, he just didn't respond, at least from what I was
Yeah.
keeping track of. So I really do feel like, unfortunately, it is definitively written in stone that that's just going to be a thing that, sadly, it's a bite the bullet with it, assuming that you still absorb this material from this particular DC universe.
Oh yeah, Nick, because I watched it with Culture. Me and Culture were extremely nervous when the movie started. Me and him both said to each other, "Dude, I hope this movie." He goes, "I know, right?" And we were all that first 10 minutes to a half hour. We were just gripping our seats, and the more the movie went on, we were relaxing. Culture was laughing, I was laughing. At the end, everybody got into the movie because everybody was just into the movie. And everybody was clapping and cheering. Culture got into it at the end. He even said something when the big speech came up, and I was just like clapping. I was just like, "Yeah, preach, brother." I loved it. So
A couple of things
So,
from
yeah.
the leaks that we had from the script, from test screenings, from people that worked on the movie. We know that Brainiac was the main villain.
yeah,
Brainiac
and
was
that's
behind Lex Luthor.
That's
the reason
probably
why
true. I could see that being true. I could definitely
There's
see
a
that being
lot of
true.
components there.
I
They
still
left a
think he's
lot
going
there.
to be in there at some point.
Yeah,
I can see that.
they should, because they
Yeah.
planted the seeds. They just didn't deliver because the movie was too long. They had a couple of screenings that went terribly wrong, so they had to change a lot from the movie. It is what it is. They remove maybe the best villain that they could have had for the movie. Lex Luthor, this Lex Luthor, uh, uh, they needed a better Lex Luthor. This Lex Luthor, yeah, is able to be evil, but is not evil and egocentric enough, right? Because Lex in the comics, he's evil, but he believes he's good. That's the part that makes Lex Luthor on the comics, and even in the animated series that we had when we were kids. That made Lex Luthor great. Lex Luthor thought that he was the good guy,
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
right?
Of course.
And the other thing is about the numbers. I have heard from a lot of people that is not doing overseas as much
Overseas
money
is not
because
doing so well.
because people don't care about Superman overseas. I will refute that. My
I will refute
grandfather
that too.
showed me the Superman movies when I was a kid, right? I watched those movies with my grandfather. He was a Superman fan. When you get into a bus here, for some reason, buses here are super decorated. I think because the bus driver just lives in the bus, so basically they made it their own. And you will find the Superman S, you will find Superman figurines, Superman stickers. There's a lot of Superman decoration around because, well, Superman is quite famous. And you were saying that you are now seeing kids with Superman t-shirts and everything. I see that all the time. I
See,
never
we
stopped
were
seeing that.
not getting that in America for a long
No,
time.
in
If you
Latin
did, it was
America,
very rare.
Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, those are symbols that you see everywhere. And you hear people doing references to Superman all the time. People love Superman. They are tired about shitty comic book movies, so they are just not going to comic book movies
I
anymore.
agree with you on that strongly. I don't think it's a Superman problem. I think it's just the international audience. Like, yeah, it's safe to say the American market may be a lot more indifferent towards Marvel movies, but comic book movies as a whole, it seems like certain ones, the American market still gives a chance, where it feels like superhero movies to the overseas market, they are a lot more indifferent as a whole compared to us. Like, they'll have their exceptions like Deadpool,
Yeah.
Wolverine, but it feels like the overseas market is just like, you think America is bad with having to win back their trust. We're far worse. And
Also, overseas
I think
economies.
Superman just I think Superman is just a casualty of
Yeah.
that.
If you think my country right now is bankrupt, basically, literally, the reason why it took 6 months for me to get my surgery is because some days the nurses have to prepare meals and take them to the hospital so people that are in the hospital can eat,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
because the patients don't get meals from the government anymore because the government is completely broke. So
Uh-huh.
we don't have money to for basic medicine. For my surgery, because I was in the state that I was, we had to get a special permission to get the surgery going, and we had to buy the anesthetics, the basically everything, because they didn't have it on the hospital. They just
Uh-huh.
didn't have it. So they are not allowed to do surgeries because they don't have enough materials to do the surgeries. And if you need an emergency surgery, you have to get a permission because the state-run hospitals need a special kind of permission to allow you to buy something outside, because they should have everything, right? And
Uh-huh.
that's not it's not only there, everywhere in the system of my country, they just don't have money.
Uh-huh.
The teachers don't get paid,
Uh-huh.
uh, policemen don't get are not getting paid, firefighters are not getting paid,
What?
because
Dude,
the system is broke. It's just
that
that
is a broken system top to bottom, man.
they have fired at this moment is like 30 to 40% of the government workforce in general, and
Yeah.
they still don't have money to pay the people that are left.
That's so
And
wild,
that's,
dude.
if you go to Peru, if you go to Colombia, if you go to, well, Argentina is kind of doing better because
Javi
the
Milei.
inflation got lower, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that people have money. It's just
Yeah.
they are bleeding less money, but they
Yes.
are still bleeding money. The economy in Latin America is in shambles. In Europe is in shambles. So people are really picky about what they will spend their money on, and a movie ticket is quite pricey, to be honest.
Oh God, yeah. Absolutely. In America it is too. Unless you go to like either a local theater, A, B, or there's a chain out here, not as big as Cinemark, Regal, or AMC. It's called Classic Cinemas.
Okay.
Classic Cinemas actually has it really affordable, like really affordable. Even on Friday night, it's really affordable, not just like a Tuesday $5 thing, which a lot of big chains do anyways. But Classic Cinema is one of the very few chains, to my knowledge, that still has them at very affordable prices. But as far as Cinemark, Regal, all them, oh, forget about it. Don't get me wrong. Going to those theaters they're all great in their own way, but they're all pricey as well, equally.
Cinemark went belly up on my country. They
Really?
had to sell, yeah, they had to sell to a local chain, and that local chain is closing several theaters around the country,
Jeez,
because
dude.
yeah, literally, the main cinema that I go all the time is Cinemark, because is where I used to go with my great aunt. And I went with her to see X-Men, the
Uh-huh.
original X-Men. I went to see Batman Begins. I went to see some crazy ass things with her because she loved movies. She passed away 5 years ago, but she loved movies, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was going to the same cinema because it was the cinema that I went with her all the time. It bring it got me those memories of this is the place where I used to come to watch movies with her. So I will grab my popcorn, I will just go and watch the movie even alone because I wanted to remember her.
Uh-huh.
That
Uh-huh.
was Cinemark. Cinemark closed.
Man, that's crazy, dude. That's so wild that Cinemark didn't pan out that way over there. But yet out here, I guess you could say they operate. I mean, I've not kept track of the numbers, but they seem to get by swimmingly. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and that's just the perception of how it looks versus what it actually is. Because perception is really nothing more than a grain of salt. Something can always look fine, but doesn't always make it so.
Yeah, a
So, and
lot of
I've not,
marriages
like I
go
said,
that
I've
way.
not looked into the numbers. So I just saying when I drive by, it looks like it's doing fine, but I could also be catching it on good time. And I also have to remember that also it could also be it's the theater that I drive by. Maybe I'm in an area where people like to go movies. Just because it's one theater in one town, in one county, in one state out of a country of 50 states, not really always representative because I always try to take that stuff with a grain of salt. It's like, okay, well, it might be bad in my area, but or even good in my area, but that doesn't automatically translate to everywhere else. But that all said, I definitely have seen some patterns with Superman. Like I have seen a lot of people say, especially for the first and second weekends, yeah, it was holding. And in America, it seems to have. I have a thing Superman, whatever type of sequel it gets from James Gunn, whatever that is, I have a thing it's going to perform even better to a point. Let's just say Superman does not turn a profit. I don't think it will. It might break even, might. I think the movie after that will. And
It
if
needs
you
700 million
yeah, it needs
They,
to
they,
700
break even.
million, and
yeah.
they might within the next 10 days might hit 600. So if it does, it could do barely. Now here's the thing: a lot of people don't remember Batman Begins did not turn a
It did
profit.
terrible. Yeah.
Batman Begins did not turn a profit.
Wait. There you are a bit wrong. It did not break even on cinemas, but we had something different on that time that we no longer have. DVD sales.
Yeah,
In some countries, they were still selling VHS
yes, and that's true too. But as far
and
as the
licensing for
theatrical
TV.
run,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
but
did
if you do that,
terrible.
then you had to consider the licensing stuff for Superman as well. If we're gonna play that card, I get what you're
It
saying.
goes directly to Max, and Max
Yes,
is not paying Max. So that's the issue. They
yeah.
are not generating that revenue. God damn it! This is. Do you notice that I have lost a lot of weight?
Yes, dude.
That's
I
good
can tell
though,
you
bro.
got really lean. That thing looks you. You look like a guy trying to wear a big man's clothes. You look like a tiny guy trying to wear a big man's clothes.
That's not been able to eat for 6 months for you. But
No,
anyway,
the
uh,
movie after that will be if it's good. Keywords. It still has to be enjoyable by a large audience. If it's still enjoyed, the movie after that has the potential to start turning profit because Batman Begins in its theatrical run did not. And no
yeah.
one's, I mean, no one, let's just say with a functioning brain, is going to say the Batman was a better movie than Batman Begins. And yes, the Batman did make not only a higher gross, but even when you adjust for inflation, the Batman made more money than
Oh,
Batman
absolutely.
Begins. But
But
so if people try using, well, if this movie didn't make, if this movie is made less, that must mean that it's a inferior movie. That's not a relevant argument because
no.
almost everyone would agree Batman Begins is better. And also by this logic, you're saying Spider-Man 3 is better than 1 or 2 because Spider-Man 3 also had it made the most money out of the 3.
Yeah, I
It
know,
made
but
the most
that
and
cracks
people
me
and
up.
that's the thing people don't consider the context of these things because Spider-Man 3 made as much money as it did because of one thing. Its opening weekend. The anticipation was high. It was so high that their business was front loaded, which is fine. I get it. The anticipation was that I was there opening night for it. It was the most anticipated I've seen a audience
We were
out of
getting
the 3
Venom.
movies. they were
We
getting
were
Venom
getting
the first
Venom.
time. Yeah, so that's why it was there. It's after that is when it petered off and really fast. But it was a very front loaded audience because of that. It didn't get any major returns because of the negative reaction to the
I
movie.
a better example of a movie that went belly up and then turned into not only profitable but actually really profitable. If you remember, Blade Runner flopped hard when
Oh
it came
yeah.
out. By licensing and video sales, it went. I think at this point is not only profitable but really profitable, and it will keep selling forever. If they keep selling the movie, they will
Uh-huh.
get people to buy. Every time they make a re-release with an extended version, director's cut, the unicorn cut, the whatever cut, people keep buying Blade Runner because they want to get that movie. That movie is great. It
Uh-huh.
flopped. So
Yeah, it did
sometimes,
flop.
but
Grandma's
no,
Boy 2
you don't get
flopped. Grandma's Boy flopped as well.
that.
It
Yep.
flopped hard. And
But
the
it was a good movie, though,
VHS
too.
and DVD sales saved that movie
Yeah.
at a time when physical media mattered. And this is why Hollywood should take a lot of blame for discrediting physical media, because that
Mhm.
was always a good way of giving a lot of movies a second chance.
Nah,
But
Yeah.
they
now
fucked
they're
up
paying the
there.
price. Yeah, oh God, yeah. What's up, Mohammed Sensei? I've read Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, issue 143. Superman
Nice.
of all seasons, more than All-Star Superman is good. Kurt Swan Superman looks better than both. I agree. What's up, student of God? And then anyone catch the shit variety of the best? I think of the best. No, I did not. It's
I
probably shit,
saw
and I don't want to see that.
they
And
talk
then
about that on Friday Night Lights. I
yeah.
was fuming.
Oh, I bet. I'm sure it was awful, so I'm not gonna even go for it. D-Bud said Spider-Man 2 is the only movie I've seen in theater 3 times. Boy, that see,
Ah,
he loves the movie.
dude,
I
that
saw it
movie,
twice in theaters.
that's the best of the Spider-Man trilogy. And that's saying a lot because the original Spider-Man, the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, was fun as fuck. Also, came out right after 9/11, so people wanted to go to see this movie. They wanted the American feeling. But Spider-Man 2 is superior.
My
I will say
favorite's
it.
the first one still. I'm that guy. I prefer the
I'm
first
with you there,
movie.
Pablo. I still like the
Doc
second one
Ock
I
better.
know
is better.
I know I'm in the minority, but the first one to me is dramatically better.
The Green Goblin is fun and everything. I love Willem Dafoe's performance on that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love MJ because, well, there's some pointy things about her portrayal that are enjoyable for a teenager. Still, Spider-Man 2, there's that scene when Doc Ock kidnaps Aunt May and Spider-Man is fighting him while trying to save Aunt May, and at the end, Aunt May just smack Doc Ock, then she actually smacks Spider-Man. I'm like, Aunt May's a firecracker. She's
Okay, that was great. If there's one thing I do like about Spider-Man 2 more, it's the action. The action was definitely better in every, and I even make the argument to say in its defense, in every way,
yes,
the action was better. But for me, a lot of the drama and the performances
and
and
the
the
pointy.
story, I prefer all of it in one. All of it, everything else, I prefer one.
Yeah,
Everything
I
else, but
know
the
your eyes
action.
were going one to one side, one to the
Oh,
other.
that's
You were completely fixated, and then the scene is over, and you're like, huh, MJ is great. If you notice,
I don't
all
like
her lines
Kirsten Dunst as
suck.
MJ.
Her
Even the first
delivery is
movie.
absolutely
Okay,
terrible, and she's the best part of the movie.
you're gonna get a changed argument live on stream right now, live and in person. I now have two things I prefer about the second movie of the first movie. This is the first. I have not changed my argument in 21 years.
Okay, this is gonna be good.
Ursula Dickovich is way cooler
Yep.
than Kirsten Dunst's MJ. It's not even close.
Oh, I
It's
agree with that,
not
Nick.
even close.
She was the best thing to happen to Peter in that movie. In
She
those
brings
movies.
Peter
If
cake.
she was in the first
She's
movie,
lovely.
I don't know why I never consider this as far as my argument towards why the first one is a better movie. But now I have another reason why I gotta stick up for the second movie. Ursula Dickovich.
She's wife
Straight up.
material, man.
Way
She's
more
absolute wife
likable, way
material.
nicer. Not the bratty attitude.
And she wanted to take care of Peter too.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
wife
Yeah, dude,
material.
she wanted to wife up for Peter. Yeah. She was the better girl out of all.
And her last name was Dickovich.
Yeah.
Obviously a nod to Steve Ditko. Come on.
And then we actually had a thing about this the other day. Was it on another show? I think it was on Joe's show, and we were talking about this, and I brought it up, and I was like, the girl that kept going after and making food for Peter and everything else, that was the one Peter should have went for, right there. Way better than MJ. She was the wifey. She was the you put a ring on that. I said that everybody in Joe's like, wow. And like he's like, you really? I was like, yeah, dude. Look at all the. And Joe agreed, and then somebody else. Yeah, Vince was there because Vince mods for the show. So like,
Dude.
yeah, dude.
There's no way to compare MJ on those movies to Ursula. It's just almost impossible. You can say, well, MJ has a other body.
I don't
Yeah,
care. That means nothing to me.
but
Ursula is such a cooler lady.
She was.
I am not into dramatic ladies who act like they are freaking, well, Gary Rocks are girl bosses. Granted, MJ, Kirsten Dunst was not a girl boss, but did she have the attitude of one at times? Oh, yeah, she did actually at times.
MJ is
not the power, but the attitude was definitely there. It's one thing you have a little bit of sass, because you could have sass and still be fun and entertaining. There was no charm to her. Ursula had charm, and she was a kind lady.
I will say it like this.
Kind lady over whatever Kirsten Dunst was any day of the week.
I will say it like this. MJ in those movies is a quite pricey dinner date for a MJ BJ.
Yeah.
Ursula is a BJ every morning, just as a greeting.
And if you just want to go sit in a park and chill and have a little picnic lunch, she's gonna make the food. She gonna put it out for Peter, and she gonna feed Peter in the park. MJ won't do that, and she won't complain because you're in the park.
Peter shows that woman to Aunt May. Aunt May will be marry her.
And May's like
you
on
marry
board
her
instantly. Yeah, she would be on board. And I've said this for years since that movie came out. Both of them, I've said it since those movies, since it came out, that's who they should have got. That they should have just put NJ on later on and had her, in there is like, because that wasn't. It didn't have to do anything with the main line, comic universe. It was its own separate entity. They should have had her because she had the chemistry. She had good chemistry with Peter. Everything was so much better than MJ because MJ kind of just threw it off the rails and was being a brat and stuff. And I was just like, we know she is to a point, but she's supposed to be Peter's one true love. And she didn't act like it. She did. She's like, hey, Peter, I'm making some cookies. Would you like some? Hey, Peter, I'm making some sandwich. Hey, Peter, you want to come in? Hey, Peter, you want to go to a movie? Like, she was on point.
in that universe, Peter tries to make Aunt May happy every way possible.
Yeah.
That's why it's so heartbreaking when he tells her the truth about what happened the night Uncle Ben died.
Yeah.
And then Aunt May forgives him because, well, obviously she's that kind of woman. She's that kind of. It's just a lovable granny, right? And Peter in that universe is trying to make her happy. You know what will make her really happy? Getting the right lady.
Yep.
Getting a lady that will make you happy will make her day.
Yeah. because she wouldn't have to worry about when she does, pass on, Peter's taken care of.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all she ever wanted for Peter is just to be taken care of. So she doesn't have to worry because she took Peter for all of his life after Ben passed away. She even knew he was Spider-Man, but didn't say anything for decades. Oh yeah, I knew you were Spider-Man, but I was taking care of you so you didn't have to worry that I knew.
That makes it even funnier the way that she treats Spider-Man during the fight, the dog fight, and when she badmouths Spider-Man during the first film.
Yeah.
So,
It's
dudes,
way funnier.
we're having a great conversation here. I hate doing that. Well, we have a chat that's loving it on YouTube and Rumble, and the audience is still here. Which, by the way, people, hour in, thank you for sticking around. I love the hell of this. What's up, King Conan? But we do gotta wrap up. I gotta go be dad. I promised my kids pizza and watch SummerSlam, the rest of SummerSlam with them.
Nice.
So, but it's been good to hang out with Pablo and Jed, and it's been good to hang out with you, chat. Thank you, Ken and Being Christian, for your membership milestones, and Deeple for the Rumble rant. Conan, I apologize that we're wrapping up this early, but trust me, we'll have another 2-hour full show next Saturday, I promise. But once again, I made a promise. I got to live up to it.
Nick, go be a dad, brother.
Fortunately, I can't do channel plugs tonight, but if anyone wants to plug Pablo and Jed's links, Vince has already got to cover. Vince, thank you. But I just want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us and for sticking around. To me, that's the coolest part, is that this chat got in here and they stuck around and we held a conversation. Now, even when there was nothing to talk about, the three of us just made it damn good. So thank you guys again for being here, whether it's YouTube or Rumble. Go sub to Pablo. Go sub to Jed. Go sub to my Bonded by Metal channel as well. I gotta kick this off because
I'll be on the Cotton Council tonight over on Snowdub's channel. So y'all come over there, okay?
All right. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Appreciate you all of you.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell it.